my gold subscribers, my name is Vein Studios, and today we're going to be playing Asagao Academy. Now, if you remember, if you were here for Sonic Pro 27, a couple years ago, I played Asagao Academy, and I made it known that it's not a dating sim. Well, I got made fun of. I wouldn't say a lot, but by one person specifically for playing it, and I don't deny now that it's a dating sim. I remember I was thinking about it. I was watching either Peanut Butter Gamer or John Chon, and suddenly, because I love the Normal Boots Club. I love all the YouTubers. I love their channels. I like watching their videos. I do not love them. I am not gay. No, you. No, if you watch my videos, you are immediately not gay, unless you want to be gay. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is not scripted. So, yeah, I just wanted to play Asagao Academy because I remember the first chapter, and I'll still make the excuse that the first chapter is not really a dating sim because you don't really date in the first chapter. The first chapter is more of a visual novel than anything, and throughout the video, I will make it a point to say I have no desire to play any more than the first chapter, because after the first chapter, the entire thing is really a dating sim. And I don't care about dating sims. And I'm not gay. So, yeah, some people play it just for fun. Some people, mainly girls, play it because they actually love Peanut Butter Gamer or other Normal Boots characters. I play it because the first chapter, you just become friends with everybody. And it's so funny to see the personalities of the characters in this weird anime format. Anyway, it's just, don't make fun of me in the comments, though something tells me you will. Make sure you go check out this game, because even though I'm not a fan of dating sims and I don't really care about them, I prefer visual novels when it comes to stuff like that. It's, if you are a fan of dating sims, it's still really cool. So make sure you go check it out. And if you want to make me suffer through the dating sim portion, go ahead, tell me that you want me to play the dating sim. I don't want to play it, but something tells me that you're gonna say that you want me to play it just because. Alright, just go check out the game. Go comment down below if you want to see more of this. I do not want to play the dating sim parts. I want to play the visual novel parts, but something tells me you guys are gonna force me to play the visual novel parts. Enjoy the video, please. Just don't make me play the dating sim part. Bye.
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
Hello, my golden subscribers. My name is Vane of Vane Studios, and if you haven't heard by now, welcome to Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. Now, if you don't know who Normal Boots is, I encourage you to go see their channels and whatnot because, okay. Normal Boots is a company that's, wait, let me turn this down a little bit. Normal Boots is a company that has a bunch of different YouTubers from Peanut Butter Gamer, JonTron, Gerard the Completionist, Digital Gaming, a bunch of cool YouTubers like that, and this is a dating sim for all those characters. Now, I have no desire to date any of the Normal Boots crew, but the first chapter of the game is more just a visual novel than a dating sim, and I have only a desire to play the first chapter, and that's it. And I just want you to go and check out this game because it's a good game, and it's fun to see all these characters, these real people, in this anime format. And that's why I like this game, because I love Peanut Butter Gamer, JonTron, I love all those other channels, and to see them in this anime format and to become friends with them, it just seems really cool. I have no desire to play more than the first chapter though, so yeah. So let's just get into this. Press play. Alright, chapter 1. I was trying to do this with more than one, person. I wanted to get someone else to do, voice and whatnot, but they didn't want to do it. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. Across me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced with whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoke a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without making eye contact. It had almost been an hour, in fact, and he hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took it instead to counting the buttons on the pretentiously lush Carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. Now and again, I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. Eventually, this rapidity made my stomach churn, and I went back to the counting the buttons on the seat cushions. 1, 2, 3. The train compartment shuddered around us. My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on it. So you're a first year then? Oh my god, it's Pro Jared. Alright, if you don't know, I recorded this on my, Sonic Pro 27 channel. And one day I was just like, oh yeah, Asagao Academy is the thing, and I downloaded it again, because I remember really liking the game because of all the humor that comes from me knowing and liking these channels and seeing them as this weird anime format. And so yeah, I picked it up again, or downloaded it rather, and here we are. He folded the newspaper neatly, sat in his lap, and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straightened and blindingly bright. There was something about him, the way the light hit him, that made him look like he was almost sparkling. Me? He glanced around the compartment, empty besides us, and laughed. Oh. No, I'm not a first year, I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against the metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing to let myself together. What kind of impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked up the hem of my cotton skirt. That's not possible. I've never seen you here before. I'm not good at doing impersonations of real people. It took me a moment to oh, that's cool. You can go back. It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response. It's because I'm a transfer student? He laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavy weight, off-white, and accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took it, studied it, and then handed it back to me. Well then, Hana, I suppose I'll be seeing you around. See you around. Beautiful. Alright. He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he'd already gone from the compartment. I stared out the empty hallway of the train. It was then I realized, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. The train settled at the station and filled with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gusts weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. I held my suitcase tight. I cannot read. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that I owned didn't amount to much. My school issued black Oxford. Click, click, clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake, imagining what it would be like. What it would be from the train station to Asagao Academy for this first time. Roll credits! Alright, my new start. I'd always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. That somehow, everything would be magically different. But as soon as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. By the time I reached the massive gates of the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gates' twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. This was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around. The swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people. Tiny blue people. We got Smurfs, boys! Tiny blue people bounced from around the academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself into knots. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for the first years. A cluster of fresh-faced students gathered around him. Hey, look at that girl! I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickered. Pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get? It's tall boy. A hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes crunching against the gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory. A large sign on the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over. Okay.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
I don't even have to say anything, she said it for me. I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle. Oh, that's beautiful. Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character, breaking the fourth wall. I'm sorry. What? When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. Look at your hair! I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on the campus and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again. No, it's great.
It's great, I'm sorry.
I don't even have to say anything. Alright, so this is an actual, like, a... Can you stop? Can you stop for a second? I forgot what her name is. So I played this a while back, like 2 years ago, on my, well, like 1 or 2 years ago on my previous channel. I thought I'd play it again, so yeah. This is so funny. And it's gonna be even more funny for a big Normal Boots fan like me to see Peanut Butter Gamer JonTron in this weird but anime Fortnite. Or Fortnite. In this weird anime Fortnite format. Oh god. We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we?
You must be Hana.
Alright, yeah, it's Mai. I couldn't tell if, I can't remember if it was like Mai or Mia.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai. The voice, this was also like official by Normal Boots. Like the Normal Boots company all partnered up to voice act certain lines. Like as you can hear, there's voice acting sometimes. They partnered up to voice act certain lines, and even I'm pretty sure PBG's wife was working on this game. So yeah, all your school books are waiting in your room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. Hope you're not mad. Mai started walking toward the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. They'll offer to have a staff member to give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. They don't give any transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already. Hope you don't mind. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know. She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. So before you guys go making fun of me in the comments, I have no desire to play any dating game. I just like this game because it's Normal Boots. And yeah, it's just because it's Normal Boots, and the fact that the first chapter is not really much of a dating sim, it's just more of a visual novel. And I have no desire to play the rest of the chapters because it's a dating sim. Yeah, I don't care about dating sims that much, but I just want to hang out with the Normal Boots guys. So yeah, she held the front door open for me and I hurried inside. The girls filled up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties. That was actually a good reading. More often than not, how was your break? And look how tan you got. Great. It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed Mai as she led me through the maze of students and up to 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as last, narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were attached to the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. Holy crap, this is too many big words, You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Mr. One Punch Man, Mr. Saitama, Mr. Saitomo, Gucci, does them every year, and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird squeaky voice of his. Oh, shoot, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway on the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door number 325. Here we are. A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. The walls, like the hallway, were a soft, powdery pink. Mai had already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were of male models and rugged musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, and a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. Oh god, I know it's anime, and this is like how anime looks, but this is honestly really like this is really well like hand drawn. But the bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mai quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and my mom got really mad at me because I brought 5 bags, but we were only there for a week. She laughed, pulled several blankets and pillows from her bunk, and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me. Perfection! Wait, I wanna hear that again. Wait, oh shoot, how do I, oh yeah. Perfection! Alright, there, that's much better. Thanks, Mai. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. Mai opened the curtains and sunlight poured in. So, where are you from? I slid the now empty suitcase under my bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here. It's a small town called Amarisu. You probably have never heard of it. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny. Congratulations. On my bed beside a purple and teal throw pillow. Oh. Did you go to a different boarding school, or? No, I went to a public school down the street from my house. Public school? What was it like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot, and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for convenience. Oh hey, what's that? I removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. Oh my god. Oh, this, my mother made it for me a long time ago. I set it, oh, wait, what'd I do? Return. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks. Thick. Which I assumed were provided for me. I saw thick textbook. Wow, it's so pretty. I've never seen paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights. Let me get them. Mai went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long tangled string of fairy lights. I thought these would look nice. Here, help me string them up. That was a nice noise. She grabbed a container of push pins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out over one wall. I did the same with my own. Together we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No, not really. I was in the compartment with some guy and... Some guy, huh? Was he cute? Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even get his name. Mai seemed disappointed for a moment, then perked back up. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Okay. Once we finished stringing the lights, Mai climbed from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly. Done. Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's a ramen place down the street from the campus that's like out of this world, but the school only lets us leave campus on weekends. Mai walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday. It's pretty nice out, but I guess you might want to go to the caf since you just got here. We could. She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. Oh. Oh my gosh, Mimi Santos totally just ripped outside and fell on her face. Just tripped. I saw it. Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well. Anyways, let's go eat. I'm totally starved. I know this video is gonna be really long. But that's because I just want to get this out of the way, like we're meeting Mai and whatnot and getting her into her rooms. I want to meet all the characters first. Maybe not all the characters, but you know, like, meet the main normal boots guys, because that's the point of the game. And yeah. The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I felt were tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into line behind Mai. Taking an empty plastic tray, we shuffled through, asking for helpings of sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, Mai led me to the table in the back where a few students were already sitting. Mai sat down and took a seat across from them. Hi Mai, how was your break? It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a ski jet and broke his ankle. It's better now, though. Great. Oh, well that's nice. I expected to be introduced, but the girl turned back to her group of friends and Mai turned back at me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me in practically minute-by-minute account about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses. Oh god. I still love that. She began to assault her food with a fork. I sat back and let Mai talk for the first time since arriving on campus. For the first time arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked out my Brussels sprouts and studied Mai as she spoke. The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her. She had a high songbird voice.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting in ways that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She imitated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion of them. But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying, as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. Just as Mai was rounding off a shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of a familiar green caught my eye. What is this game? I glanced over. Hey, that's him. Huh? Who? I leaned across the table and just in a whisper, just in case he could hear me through the ambient chatter of the lunchroom. The boy from the train, that's him. Jared? Yeah, with the weird green jacket and the swoopy hair. He had just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye. Oh, you. I looked at him, suddenly realizing he was talking to me. Hana, I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you? Really well. I found my roommate and she's been helping me out. I gestured to Mai, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. People stopped eating to turn and stare at Jared and me. My shoulders bunched around my neck. Well, if you ever need any help, I'll be around. 30, right? Uh-huh. Some of my friends are in that year. Of course, they can't compare to me, but I'll give them a heads up to look out for you. He flashed a dazzling smile, then winked. It's the least I can do for such a cute girl. Well, I'll see you around. See you around. I watched, a torrent of thoughts raging through my head as he took a seat next to a bunch of guys who were all wearing the same jacket. That's Jared. She tore her eyes away from him and looked at me. He's the most beautiful guy in school. Okay. I can't believe he just looked at me. I looked at Mai, her cheeks were glowing. That's red, not pink. Why do they all wear those jackets? Oh god. Aren't all the guys supposed to wear blue blazers as part of their uniform? No, they're allowed to. You know Jared? The girl turned back around and was looking at me with sudden interest. Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train a few minutes, so no, not really. We weren't friends or anything. But looking around, Mai and this girl weren't the only ones who were interested. Everyone seemed to be listening. They seemed so surprised when he talked to me. Maybe a little white lie couldn't hurt? No! Freaking choices! Ah! Alright, we're gonna save, because, I don't know, we're gonna save. Oh, not really? I guess so. The girl looked at me, girl looked at me as if she was inspecting a piece of furniture for purchase. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself earlier, did I? I'm Mimi. Nice to meet you. So how did you meet Jared? Oh, come off it, Mimi. Jared's not interested. Mai and Mimi stared at each other for a few seconds, having some sort of silent mental battle. Then Mimi turned around and continued to eat. Sorry, it was clear that she was just trying to get in with you for her own agenda, so I cut her off. Get in with me? Why? Well, you asked about those guys and their jackets, right? Those are their normal Boots Club jackets. This is why I love this game. 'Cause those are their normal Boots Club jackets. They're what? What's normal Boots Club? This is why I love this game. It's so funny. It's a good game. Visual novel for the first chapter, rest of the game's a dating sim. Cool. I don't care about dating sims. I only like this game for the visual novel part of it. And plus I'm not gay. But I know some people played this just for fun because they were like, I love everybody's channel, so yeah, let's play it. I don't care about the dating sim part, but I love this game because seeing all these characters in their anime style with their own personalities, like Jared, is just amazing. It's a club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students. They get together and play video games or something. I do not know what they do. That one right there is John, also known as JonTron. His bird's name is Jocks. Cha-cha. Oh god. This is why I love this game. John is also the president of the drama club here at school. That makes sense. Next to him is PBG. He and John founded the Normal Boots Club together. PBG is one of the best soccer players on our team. I felt like they could have done basketball instead of soccer because PBG actually plays more basketball than soccer, I think. But still funny. This is an amazing game because it's just so cool to see all these characters in anime and it's so funny to see them. But again, I don't care about dating sims. I just like the visual novel part. But it's just so funny and so cool. Go support the creator. Just go support the creator. Go download this game. Whether you're a fan of dating sims or not, just go download this. This is so funny and so cool at the same time. Then there's Gerard. People call him the completionist because he's obsessed with completing things. He has the biggest itty bitty kitty collection I've ever seen. Oh boy! Next to him is Jared, also known as Pro Jared. He's a model. Okay. Then there's Satchbag, but everybody just calls him Satch. He's like crazy smart. Those guys over there are Paul, Nick, and Josh. They write a column in the school newspaper called Continue. I actually haven't watched much of Continue. Paul, the one standing up, is the student council president. I also haven't watched much of Pro Jared, or Satchbags. So yeah. And the guy on the end there is Shane. He knows more about video games than anyone, ever. She exhaled a dreamy sigh into her mashed potatoes. So, how could someone, join the Normal Boots clubs? You don't choose the boots, huh? The boots choose you. This is why I love this game. What does that even mean? You have to be presented with the boots in the club, and they're like super selective. What are the boots? The club has this boots statue. It's like the one on their patches, but it's gold-plated. It's their mascot, I guess. They do this weird initiation ritual with it. Ritual? I heard they fill the room with candles and wear these totally creepy robes during initiation. This year 2 girl said she saw it once, and they were all chanting around the boots, and it sounded like they were talking backwards. But I don't believe her. And even if it's true, I don't care if they're a cult because they're all really hot. I'm sorry, I just can't. I just can't with this sentence. Do they have a lot of friends? Yeah, tons of friends. I say they're the most popular kids in school. I mean, everyone in school totally looks up to them. I bet they could get any girl in school too. Or boy for that matter. Okay. Hey, are you gonna eat your cake? I shook my head and pushed the plastic tray across the table to her. For the remainder of lunch, I listened to my talk about Jared through mouths full of half-dissolved frosting. I love this game. This is why I love this game. It's so funny. It's so cool. Okay. Back at the dorm, I sorted through the pile of textbooks at the school left for me. My radio was playing a poppy tune, equal parts music to static. Mai fervently scribbled in a notebook at her desk, hunched over with a strikingly poor posture. Hey, Mai? She didn't bother to look up. Am I supposed to have a textbook for History 309? She shuffled through the papers on her desk before producing a thick textbook. A demure man with a powdered wig frowned at me from the cover. Yeah, this one. I sighed. I don't have that one. The school must have missed it. My shrugged and set the textbook back in her pile. They have a bunch at the library. You can just check one out. Where's the library? Mai riffled through her notebook and wrote something down. She tore off the page and handed me a crudely drawn map. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll be back in a little bit. Wait, what's this video going to? Alright, it's already 31 minutes, great. Took me at least 20 minutes to find the library. By the time I realized I was holding the map upside down, the sun was setting. The library was much larger than I expected. The walls lined from floor to ceiling with books of large sizes on rough wooden shelves. Intimidated, I headed for the front desk. A recognizably green and gray jacket was bent behind the counter. Normal Boots Club. I briefly considered running away. Can I help you? Too late. Yeah. The school forgot to give me one of the textbooks. I was told I could get it here. Which one is it? Satch. Here you go. I haven't watched too much of Satch bags. The History 309 textbook. He stepped from behind the counter and motioned me to follow. We dodged between the aisles in a comfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Shane? Gerard? John? No, not John. Satch. Huh? Oh, you work here? Oh, of course he works here. He chuckled. Dimples appeared in his cheeks. Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year, and I love it. I get to help people find books that speak to them. His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas. Your book's right down there. Here. He stopped at a row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out the book with the powder-wigged man I saw earlier. Thanks. He waved his hand. It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else? I wanted to make a good impression on the Normal Boots Club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No. Thanks. Copacetic. What does that even mean, Sax? You're welcome. As we headed back through the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted. Eh? Something white flew past my face. A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. Triangular paper lay at my feet. I bent over and picked it up. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. If it was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. The students snickered, and I recognized the boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but came up with nothing. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that? Eh? What do you mean? We were just messing around. Are you suggesting we did it on purpose? I faltered. There was nothing I could say. I was outnumbered. They would twist my words around, no matter how straightforward I was. No, sorry. One of the boys held out his hand for the paper. I edged closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wish I were. A gentle warmth closed over my hands and took the paper from me. Sash examined the paper closely. I see what the problem is. Your aim would have been better if you cut corners before you folded it. He placed the paper on the table. The boy looked at him in sheer awe. Be careful, though. You almost hit her, and that would have been awful. My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me, afraid of a response, but, geez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident. They apologized? Thanks, I appreciate it. He gave them a wild smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind, my legs weak. Don't tell me they stopped because of him, simply because I was with him? I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. We reached the front counter and as he scanned my history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything to thank him. He tilted his head to the side. What books do you like to read? What books do you guys like to read? So far I've been reading the Harry Potter books. So what books do you guys like to read? Just say down in the comments. I had actually never read the Harry Potter books before, and so I started reading them. So yeah, thank you, Satch, so much for the question. What books do you like to read? Leave it in the comments below. Whether it's a specific book or genre of books, just let me know. It's cool. Alright, yeah, I'm just trying to get more commentary in here that's not just me reading. But this video is already going on long enough, so after this scene, I think I'm gonna end it off here. So, yeah. Or there, rather. He chuckled. I just finished a good book. I think it'd be right up your alley, if you don't mind me saying so. He reached under the counter, pulled out a thick green book, and passed it to me. A man in black stood over the front, hugging a woman in royal robes. It's long, but it's one of my favorites. The Princess Betrothed. I don't think it's gonna be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read it. It'll transfer you 100 miles away in a second. Tears struck my eyes, so I ducked my head. Thank you, Satch, for more than just the books. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name. My name is Hana Mizuno. My name is Hana Mizuno. I'm a transfer student. Well, it's nice to meet you, Hana. Let me know if you like the book. I will. Cool. That couldn't have gone better. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in a mist of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? My cheeks hot, I left the library. 2 surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Mai was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes, she released a long drawn-out sigh and let of a pencil, and let of her pencil wide against the paper. All right, well, this video is going on long enough, so I will end it off there. Okay, let me get this out of the way. If you want to see more Asagao Academy, let me know in the comments below, because I mean, I like this game. I like seeing all the characters. I like the story. I don't care about the dating sim part, but if you guys honestly want to see me play the dating sim part, I may do it with some friends or something just to make it more interesting. Have them maybe pick like options or whatever. But anyway, if you want to see me play more Asagao Academy, if you don't care, then I won't do it. If you do want to see me play more though, then just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for your support on the Vane Studios channel so far. I don't know, I'm just trying to get some more commentary in. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Vaughn reads the video. And I will see how you go on subscribers later. Remember, you're golden.